Hey guys, welcome to the final episode in this series on testing the scientific method in terms of contest prep. So welcome back to Contest Prep University. I'm Joe Klemczewski with Adam Atkinson. And let's roll right into this, Adam, because we've gone through the step of creating an observation as our friends on this YouTube video interview. And then we are thinking about creating a hypothesis why this works. We're gonna go ahead and test that. Then we're going to interpret these results, and then ultimately the final step is to accept or reject it. It works or it doesn't. And they skipped all of that to say, hey, it works, it's amazing, we're going to do this every time, which creates this cult-like belief that there's just some kind of magic to it that we don't understand, but we're going to keep doing it anyway. But once you reach that, that just puts you right back to the beginning, because now you can come up with another observation. How can we make this even better? How can we figure it out even more thoroughly? And so good scientists keep going and going and going. And that's why, you know, contrary to a lot of people's belief, I don't know, I mean, we're just in this very weird anti-science movement in our country right now, I think, because of the current political climate. But, you know, scientists, their goal is to disprove their own research. And the reason things are peer-reviewed are then other people are looking to disprove it because they want to make sure it's ironclad truth before they put their stamp of approval on it. And so that has to be the approach we all have, is to keep improving, keep getting better, keep finding more reasons. And I would love to know, Adam, from your perspective as somebody who, you know, you came into this industry, you know, while some of these scientific trends were increasing, but how do you feel the current climate is? Like where do you go for information? How readily available is it for you to find what you think are the best, most evidence-based answers?
Yeah, like medical journals are fantastic, and looking at actual research studies. Now, that's where it gets difficult because this is physique sport, and I think looks can be based on opinion. But there is, however, physiology that tells us a lot about our body and teaches us how to understand our body, why it functions the way it does, why certain elements might work better than others, why fat is important, why protein's important, why carbs are important. And then we'll add in minerals like sodium and potassium, which, you know, enter the bloodstream relatively quickly. You know, we know that sodium is one of the reasons, the main reason the burger and fries, I will say, quote unquote, works, is because of that massive amount of sodium.
I agree. And, you know, I think the biggest thing for people to learn, and I really want you to think about this. If you haven't written these down, you know, at least go through the titles of these episodes. You know, it's to observe, it's to create a hypothesis, it's to test, it's to analyze and interpret those results, and then it's to accept or reject that hypothesis, and then you repeat that cycle. That's a never-ending cycle, and that has to create a bedrock ideology of open-mindedness. I don't think I know everything. I don't think there, you know, this is an open and shut case on every single point in the process of what we do. I can look over my 25-year career and say some of the things that I even pioneered, you know, I feel differently about now. And I can look at the different phases of my career and say, well, here's when I was doing things this way, and then I adjusted this, and then I found out that this was better, so I did this. And it's a constant trajectory of learning new information as more is tested scientifically and then applied and adopted and then retested in the real world. It's just never ending. And so I think everybody has to understand that our own biases are so limiting that you almost have to say, I can't trust myself. I have to leave my own opinions open to be changed. And that's just an important part of life, I think.
Absolutely. You know, one thing interesting I did this year is I brought my own light, and I know you saw it at North Americans, to see my clients. I never see them in different lighting ever again since having that. And it is fantastic because now I have this consistent variable on this is how many ultraviolet rays are hitting my clients when they're, you know, posing. And it really just helps keep a general standard versus like getting pictures from bathroom lighting or in front of a window, which is always the best. But yeah, that light helps me a ton and gives me a consistent view of my clients every time.
I think you should do a video where you're actually measuring the number of photons and the number of light rays on the light spectrum, and then send that video to those guys to see if they'll up their game.
Right.
All right, guys. So, this is a little bit of a deviation from what we've done in the past, which is to go through little single nuggets of things to understand. This is a little bit more conceptual for contest prep, but it's also very foundational. So I hope you understand why people like me, I have a couple different PhDs in different sciences, but I'm also not a researcher. I'm a clinical, application type of health scientist. And I sit at the feet of some of the people doing a lot of this research out there because it's helping everybody in our industry. So why not utilize it? Why not keep an open-minded curiosity and move forward, understanding that there are reasons that we could even all be part of extending and understanding more. So thanks for hanging in there with us through this series. Adam, thanks so much for all of your contribution, even bringing up this topic. And we'll catch you guys next time in another series in Contest Prep University.